Right, tonight we'll go deep into the murky underworld with a series of exposés on groups, agencies, and think tank clowns. We're going to put some feet to the fire. THI, as per usual, will get a number of confirms on information we put out weeks, months, or even years ago in this show. And this is another Dot Connect and Show reveals deep plans and issues ongoing globally and why we have to act as a collective. Despite the latest attempts in the alt media to divide all the listeners and followers into smaller and smaller groups. But smaller groups are easier to manage. A large collective is not. It's that simple. As Elon Musk this week gets tested 4 times, 2 came back positive and 2 negative. How does that work? Well, it proves it doesn't. Then the Mayor of Liverpool in the UK announces the results of the test that was done by the army over there. The antigen tests proved that the worst areas had a positive test rate of 0.7%. which also happens to be the rate of the false positive rate of the antigen tests, which means there is no COVID left. The governors of Texas, Florida, and South Dakota said they have no plans to shut down their states as a new wave of coronavirus allegedly sweeps the country. A week when we find out that AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine, beginning with the CHADOX1-S recombinant designation on the label, and then we find out this ingredient is the recombinant strains used in the vaccine are grown from the aborted fetal tissues of a 14-week-old aborted human baby. Cannibalism, that is called. As lead people this week demand we don't celebrate not holidays but holy days, be it Thanksgiving, and also calls to ban Christmas celebrations. How about we the people ban all of their traditional holy days, as all of them are pagan ritual sacrifice days, and create our own days of rest? More than 60% of Americans in a poll this week said the Trump administration's transition delay is a threat to national security, according to a new poll. Now, given the term national security only applies to rogue elements of the intelligence agencies, that would be interesting if true. The 2020 US election campaigns smashes all records, with presidential and congressional candidates spending a total of almost $14 billion, more than double the price tag of 2016. I thought they were on an economy slide. What a complete and utter waste of money that is. That is 2 years' worth of funds that it would take to eliminate poverty in America. 2 years. It's all about priorities, and clearly the people don't think enough about who or what is the priority. As Trump this week claims stock market highs is indicative of a 95% effective vaccine, how many times does the narrative have to change before some clarity is stated? Trump told us all this in May and has repeated it since. He said he would rapidly mobilize the US military to distribute a coronavirus vaccine once it's ready, focusing first on nursing homes and the elderly, all very Mr. Cuomo that, the most vulnerable to the deadly complications from the virus. And then Trump made the comments during an interview with Fox's Maria Bartiromo, We are mobilising our military and other forces, but we're mobilising our military on the basis that we do have a vaccine. You know, it's a massive job to give this vaccine. Our military is now being mobilised, so at the end of the year, we're going to be able to give it to a lot of people very, very rapidly, he said. We will have a tremendous force, but assuming we get it, you then have to distribute it. And unless you're mobilised and ready, you're not going to be able to do it for a long time, so we're starting now. But why would he state that we need a vaccine when he knows the truth about this virus? Why would we need the military to deliver or inject it? Is he stating our medical people are not capable? And has anyone asked why the military can suddenly engage on our own soil when we were told it's not allowed by law? The people hold the power. And congratulations to the people of Denmark who resisted a law of forced vaccinations, and the people protested with pots and pans, protests in the streets, and their government backed down. 9 days of protests over a new law that would have been able to define groups of people who must be vaccinated. So well done to the people of Denmark. Now let's see if it can be replicated everywhere.